Son shit, y'all ready?
What's going on, everybody? This your man Black Seas. Hey, I wanna welcome y'all back. Our World, Our Time, the podcast. I didn't get to say this on the first mini joint because I was still trying to figure out how to do everything. I'm here now. I'm gonna say it. I can go ahead and give y'all the whole layout of what we're doing. The mini episodes are just quick little excerpts from the mix show live at the Oasis. And because what I did was, when January came, I had it in my head that I'm gonna do Black History in February and just keep it moving past February. I had it going like that on social media a few years back, and then I fell off on it. I was like, yo, let me do that again and bring it to the listeners, because there's a bunch of listeners who listen to the mix show. And then, like, all of a sudden, a few weeks back, I'm thinking to myself, I should take these excerpts and put them with the Our World, Our Time, because I'm barely, like, I can't, it's hard to say what you want to say sometimes, and I understand it's freedom of speech and all that, but sometimes you just don't want to, you know what I mean, on your podcast and then just go far left or far right or whatever. But at the same time, it's more, I don't know, what's the word you would use for that? Organic? It's natural. It feels, I don't know, I guess it's natural. It flows when I say stuff on the radio show. And also it was about the Black history, because I'm always saying something. So every show there's a, you know what I'm saying, a Black history moment. So I'm like, yo, let me put that out there. So that's what the mini episodes are about. This one in particular, this is about the great Hattie McDaniel. If you don't know who she is, she is the archetype, A-type, the template. I really don't know how I want it. The architect, whatever, template for the sassy black woman, the sassy black chick. Yes, matter of fact, that was, you'll hear it on the show and do your own research. That was actually her whole vibe, and she tried to get away from that, but still it stayed with her. And she actually won an Oscar, the first African American to win an Oscar. That was her for that role, Mammy, and Gone with the Wind, which was just, you know what I'm saying, it's not as racist as oh my god, what was the first film? Man, because my man did the joint about Nat Turner and used the same name, and I can't think of it. It is what it is. Go look that up too. The first film where they basically made heroes out of the Klan and vilified black people, and that has always become the narrative from that point on. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something about the nation. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, Our World, Our Time, mini episode 2, Hattie McDaniel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy. Get at me on social media. Y'all know how to get at me on Instagram, Black Caesar Son, BlackCeezarsonn. Email me, Black Caesar, BlackCeezar @gmail. I'm on Twitter, Black Ceez, BLACK_CEEZ. I'm out there. If you would like to actually listen to the mix show, also, yeah, go to legalcrime.com. Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Saturdays 6 p.m. But definitely check out these joints. We got some heat when it comes to Black history, and I will try to get back on top of my podcast game also, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on that I really need to sit down and talk about. You know what I'm saying? Politics, music, sports, entertainment, you know what I mean? Health. You know what I mean? The people outside who's just out here tripping like this ain't nothing jumping still. Y'all know how it go down, man. let's get into the show. Yes. Hey, Johnny. Hey, that Johnny Gill. Woo. Hey, tell me start doing the joint with the. Hey, you guys. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. Hey, let me leave Johnny. Johnny. Hey. Then he was hitting the high. Ma. Hey, Johnny Gill joint official. My joint. Hey, and it's crazy because chicks nowadays, they ain't even qualified for this type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even qualified for this joint right now. They ain't even qualified for put your, you know what I'm saying, slip on your, they ain't qualified for this. Not the chicks now, like this, chicks with the, it'd be like 5 in the afternoon, and like evening, 3, 2, you know what I mean? And they got like slippers, dirty socks, pajama pants with the blood stain, out and about, you know what I mean? Just shopping and kicking it, like at the park with their kids, like, you know what I'm saying? They going to pick their kids up from school and have PTA meetings, coming to practices, like, what the? Yeah, them ain't the chicks that you don't get them this right here. That ain't they air right there. They ain't qualified for that right there. They ain't qualified for some, you know what I'm saying? They ain't qualified for that. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me guide you to the room. Rose petals and all that. They ain't, nah, man. Hit him in the head with a block of cheese and tell him, come on. Bloop, bring a. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, can't spit that type of game to them. You know what I'm saying? The OJs, you know what I'm saying? Forever mine. You can't get them that. This right here, woo, they ain't privy to this right here. Anyway, I'm just saying, live at the Oasis, Legal Crime Radio, just a whole different. That's why dudes don't even be spitting these kind of like bars at these chicks. You know what I'm saying? Half of them don't know how to, cause they the strip, like dudes there, they the stripper club dudes. They can't even speak to a chick without flashing cash anyway. You ever see a chick try to hold a real conversation with a dude and you can tell they have no idea how to talk, and they just like, hey, you want some shoes? They ain't got nothing. I could take you places. They ain't got nothing. And it ain't this, and the same thing, cause then when a real dude approach one of these chicks, they be trying to give them like, boom, 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 oh man, I like bubble gum. You know, it just, it is what it is, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like it's like when people got the drop top but the windows up type. You know what I mean? Anyway, y'all know what time it is. You know what we do when it comes to this time of the time. So as we continue on, let's do it like this. Oh, stop. Take it from the top. We're going to take it from the top. Now let's go like, yeah. Let me get my good voice on. This moment in Black history. So I missed it last Saturday because I was trying to do my alphabet thing. Salute again to Lisa London. But the Oscars, what was it, a few years ago? Oscars So White. Hey, Oscars was brown and black. The Oscar had color this time. Word. But before we get into all of that, I will say this. Black History moment. Let's talk about it. Hattie McDaniel. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. A lot of y'all might know who I'm talking about just from when Monique been on her Hattie McDaniel joint for a minute. You know what I'm saying? She was like, the spirit of Hattie McDaniel is in me, so I ain't taking none of this BS. Netflix is gonna pay me. I just won't do nothing forever but work out. Like, Alright, cool. Better your health. Like you hurting somebody. Get out of here. Anyway. Shout out to Monique. DMV love. You know how we do. Anyway, what I'm about to say. Yo, Hattie McDaniel was the first black person to win an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? She won the Oscar for the role of Mammy on Gone with the Wind, which is a controversial movie. They've even like cut it up and edited it, and it's still what it is because it was the time frame back then. But what y'all don't know is she was always in the game. She was always doing her thing in showbiz. Then she actually had some hit records, like Little Vibe going and everything. She signed with something that was distributed through Paramount Records. There was no television joints back then. Paramount Records. Then the Great Depression hit. She had to go back home and do little odd jobs and everything. She went to Hollywood, got back on radio with the help of her brother, and actually had a joint which really helped pick up like the concept of who she is with the what am I thinking? The mammy role, the sassy black woman, the sassy maid. She was on radio and she performed as Hi-Hat Hattie. You know what I'm saying? And got a whole bunch of maid roles. Sometimes she did some singing, sometimes she did some stuff like this. But she got the Oscar for being Mammy, which was an offshoot again of Hi-Hat Hattie. Back then, black people were mad at her and Stephen Fetchit and a few others for being stereotypes and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, those were the only roles unless you were in Black Hollywood, which by the way, Black Hollywood had their own, that's a whole nother thing. Black Hollywood had their own thing going on because they had a thing where it was like the light-skinned dudes was the good guys, dark-skinned dudes were the bad guys, light-skinned chicks were the prettiest, you barely, dark-skinned chicks was doing like goofy stuff. So even Black Hollywood had their faux pas and all that. So for the people who was hating on her, she was the first to get a joint, so it was like a salute thing. She had to sit way in the back. I remember hearing those stories. Some people didn't even want her to show up. She was so overwhelmed that she said whatever speech they had prepared, they prepared her speech for her. She was so overwhelmed and nervous, she didn't even say the speech. And for those who know, you could look it up. She said what she said. And it was just a great moment, you know what I'm saying? So when we see moments like this where brothers and sisters is getting their joints for doing great work. And by the way, I don't feel Chad Boswick was robbed. I know we just wanted to hit him off with the joint because he had passed. And I didn't see the Oscars or the memorial joint, and I heard about that. I will have to check that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Sometimes you gotta look at it like, it probably, I'm guessing there was a way bigger star that passed in the same time frame. Who knows? Don't know. But anyway, this is a Black History moment. Do your knowledge. History is every day. We make history every day. We always doing something. You know what I mean? Know what's going on. Understand why Monique is always in her vibe when she's in her vibe. Because that was a woman who was on her grind. She was up, down, up again. This is how we do, man. This is what we do. You know how I get down, man. You know me, like Shaq say, Google me. We gonna get back to the music, man. We got less than 30 minutes. And I'm playing whole songs, so you know how that go. Like sometimes these joints be super long or whatever. Rest in peace to Aretha. Rest in peace to Betty White, who was like, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie's just a man and he's doing the best he can. Hey, I'm pretty sure whoever that was also messing with Mr. Charlie and was like, girl, you tripping. Don't worry about it. It's alright. I'll take care of him. Okay, I'm glad you will. And she sure did. She took care of him. Anyway, that's just like that whole song is really old school mentality, man. Cause having no man, what did you say? Having half a man is better than having no man at all. Like, yo, that's wow. But that's how she was raised. That's how you was raised. Let's get to the music, man. Let's go. New women out here, younger women, older women, just women. Don't do that. Don't follow that right there. That's how y'all end up in them weird relationships. You know what I'm saying? See, that's why, like, you see people who grandparents, they be still calling each other Mr. and Mrs. and they be out here with the Lucille Ball and Ricky beds. They got 2 separate beds and stuff. Them joints, yeah, y'all gotta stay away from that right there, you know? Yeah, let's go.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.